Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys, today is Monday and it's time to take a look what is going on the cryptocurrency. So as usual we'll take a look at the Bitcoin market, and currently technical analysis shows that Bitcoin provides multiple setups for trading in both directions, as to the upside as to the downside, and this happens every time when the market forms some contraction pattern. So what does it mean, contraction? Contraction, it means that when market forms smaller swings, following swings, so it shows the narrowing consolidation every time. It usually could be treated as the background as for upward patterns, as for a downward pattern. So this is typical situation. Why? Because for example, when the market forms the triangle, you could suggest once upward butterfly. If we would suggest the upward breakouts will be butterfly, it would become left wing of the butterfly, it will be right wing. Or in the case of the downward triangle, downward pattern, you could suggest AB equals CD. So everything will depend on the direction of the breakout. And currently, this is tricky situation stands on the weekly chart. And we have currently really difficult task to find out the most probable direction on the Bitcoin market. Although, as you can see, that's here, any direction is possible. The tricky moment also stands due to this grabber pattern, because grabber itself suggests the taking out of this top. And if you remember, it was one of the major patterns that we use as a background for our bullish view. We said when we saw it, as market has from the grabber, we said, well, it's probably upward action is possible. And in validity of this grabber stands at the 90 even area. So to erase the bullish setup, market has to drop below 90 even. So in this case, butterfly will be erased, grabber will be erased, and the chance on the downward action will increase. But until market stands above the 90 even area, above the lows of the grabber, the bullish setup still exists. That is what we see on the weekly chart. And in general, the overall consolidation is the triangle pennant pattern after the upward action has the bullish feature, because you know that symmetrical triangle pennants, they are the bullish continuation patterns, and that is overall picture mostly shows the bullish sentiment. But it's not as simple as it seems on the weekly chart. On the daily chart and intraday chart, situation stands more sophisticated, because not only the shape of the patterns have the meaning, but also the price action, the character and the nature of this price action that we see right now. Here we need to recall what we talked about on the last week. In last week, or better to take a look first at the 4-hour time frame chart. On the last week, we talked about this possible ABCD retracement. If you remember, particularly speaking, we talked about the free drive buy. Here it will be formed, then could be used for taking the long position, and in general market will keep the chance on AB equals CD action until market stands above these lows. We haven't got the free drive, but we've got some shape of the hand shoulders on the hourly chart, and anyway market has turned to upside action right at the point that we have discussed. Those of you who have taken the long position now, with this healthy upward pullback, had the chances to move stops to the break even, and even now it's possibly you have the positive result on your position. But at the same time, the price behavior that we see right here, they are not really correspond to idea of the possible immediate upward reversal. So it is too choppy and heavy. First of all, market has shown this really significant sell-off to the downside. Upward action stands also not very strong and straight with this downward deep retracement sell-off. Here is a spike, and our overall price action mostly stands in a sideways action, so that not as strong enough to suggest this upward action. Second moment that we do not like here is the nature and the shape of this price action. In fact, guys, here we have the catalyst equal to sell. So we'll take a look at the hourly chart. That's the pattern that we have. This ABCD action to the upside, in fact, is AB equals CD. Market has formed, and that is catalyst equal to sell pattern. Here you also could recognize the butterfly sell. This 127 butterfly has been formed. So potentially this is the bearish pattern, and it could lead to downward reversal. If this indeed will happen, then now it's time to take a look at the hourly chart, the daily chart. Now we could get this butterfly pattern instead of the ABCD that we have. So in market, by this butterfly, could return right back down at least to the 90 even areas. So this is 127 extension of this butterfly. This will not erase totally the chance of an upper breakout, and it will keep the weekly set up with the butterfly here. It is possible, but it will put the Bitcoin right to the edge of the bullish failure. So if market will drop slightly below 90 even, that will be a very important moment, and it could mean that market will proceed lower right to our major ABC top D patterns 75 even. So that's the actual retracement that we're watching for. So as you can see, overall picture looks a bit confusing because too much patterns in the opposite directions. So it could be as to the upside, as to the downside. How better to trade this overall situation? So currently the bulls and bears stands approximately in the equal position, because what bearish positions we could take? Bearish position currently mostly could be aimed on the completion of this butterfly pattern with the 90 even target. So it means you could take the short position with the stops above the A point, because right at the A point, if market will exceed it, the butterfly will be erased, and it will mean that we still were going with this A, B, C, D to the upside. Conversely, the bulls could take the long position against the B point lows, because if market will drop below B point, the A, B, C, D pattern will be erased, and you will not get the upward action. The distance between the right to this point and right to that point for the bulls and the bears is approximately equal, so risks approximately is the same in opposite directions. So that's the situation that we have currently on the Bitcoin market. In a greater perspective, this is about the short term. In a greater perspective, bulls could consider taking a long position based on this butterfly. The probability will be not will be in favor of the bulls, but if miracle will happen, the market indeed will turn up right from this bottom. When the butterfly will be completed, you will get the perfect entry opportunity, because you could place stop slightly below these lows. Taking out of these lows will erase the chance on the butterfly on the weekly chart, because market will exceed this major swing of the butterfly, and that will be the decisive point. Besides, here are probably a lot of stops, and if this will be a breakout, it will be probably fast. That's why it makes no sense to place too far stop below these lows. And the completion of the butterfly will provide you the chance to take the position right at this point for a very tight stop. The opposite is true for the bears. You could use, for example, stop sell order for taking the position. Once market will break these lows, there will be some acceleration down, and you will step in with the trade. That's on the daily chart. But on the intraday charts, everything stands around these 2 points, this top and these lows. And currently it's very difficult to suggest what particular pattern will take the lead, but my personal opinion, I am more gravitating to the idea of the downward action, because by two moments. First of all, here we've got the very strong sell-off. It's breaking all the support areas. This market was held just by the oversold, and this pullback is retracement. Then again, strong sell-off. This reversal to the upside it's not really strong enough to suggest that this AB equals CD upper direction. It's a bit too choppy with this pullback, upper direction, pullback again, this cartel's triple to sell pattern. And personally, I would suggest that chance on the forming of the butterfly here on the daily chart looks a bit more probable than upward continuation to this area. But that's just my personal view, and here you anyway will have to deal with placing the stops, where you're taking the position, and so on. So risk will be, as we have described, either above this stop or below these lows, depending on the direction. So here's the choice for you: either try to trade on the intraday charts with these two patterns that we have, or wait for solution on the high time frame. I mean, for example, on the daily. So either we will get cartel's triple to sell here, or if market will drop right at this point, you could place the trade on the daily chart with no participation right now on intraday trading. So that's a bit confusing, but our view on the Bitcoin market right now.